tonight we'll move on to the subject matter, and that's the still in the moral purification. Will be a last one. So in the moral purification, and it's called Paccaya Sannissita Sila. So the purification of the requisites that we normally use. So when we talk about the requisites, it reminds me, it starts from there are 4 requisites that we normally talk about. Number 1 is food. Second is the place to stay. Third is the food. Sorry. Paccaya Sannissita Sila. The first one is robe. First one is a robe or the clothes. Second one is a food. Third one is the dwellings, and then a fourth one is the medicine. And here now, when I looked at it, this food, it reminds me today we had McDonald's as my breakfast. Special food. It's been a few times actually that since Gavin is here, I'm having a McDonald's as my breakfast. Here, so when we talk about the food, these are the 4 basic needs of a human beings that we are required. So it's food, and then so this the McDonald's. If you read the reviews or the nutritions on it, then you find that this is really garbage. And yet we all enjoy the flavor of it, or the fastness, that how quickly we can have it. So in a way, when we look at that, our life is like we normally want to have easy, fast, cheap. And that's what the McDonald's does. Easy, fast, and cheap. And that's the reason, despite knowing this, the food doesn't have much nutrition, we are drawn to it. And whenever we talk about whether the pizza or the McDonald's, the salivas begin to start in our mouth. So that's the one thing. And similarly, in terms of the clothes, this afternoon, after we wrap up our job, I went in my room and opened a Facebook page, and then there was a lady was opening her Chanel bag with a great excitement, and she was explaining that, oh, I have watched whole day and a night about this bag, so I know everything, and now I have got it. So wonderful. It was like, tapping, her nails were like tapping on it. So happy with that. And then that was happened. So these are similar with the houses as well. Oftentimes when we drive down and see a beautiful house, and wow, a beautiful house, like that. So these are the things we normally are so drawn to it, and we are not able to be mindful of that. Whereas the monks are requested or instructed to reflect it every day. All these 4 requisites, that why am I using this? Why am I having this food? Why am I having this robes? Why am I having this place to stay? And why I am using these medicinal objects or things? And these reflections actually helps us to be mindful of the food that we consume, robe that we wear, place that we stay, and the medicine that we take. So then the more we become mindful of that, this actually reflects that we are simply using these basic needs for our survival rather than desire to show off or going to pizza every day or a McDonald's every day, morning, evening, like that, which is the reason other problems comes. So that's why the four requisites are something, if we can concentrate on that and reflect each items that we use, it not only reduces the consumption of it, actually it helps us to be more content with what we have. And with that contentment, we will be looking at things that I need rather than what I want. And that actually the key part that we can practice in our day-to-day life, particularly now we are in the era of consumerism and bombarded with, you better have this, like a Chanel, you better have this type of clothes or this type of shoes, and so on. So in this case, if we are not mindful enough, then we will be simply going and buying and without knowing how much clothes we have stored in our cupboard. So that's why the practice of mindfulness and the purification of sila or the precepts here, it's basically reflecting on these basic needs that we require to survive, and then focusing on what we need rather than what we want. So I offer this as a reflection for tonight, and let's practice meditation.